Alright folks, hello and welcome to another League with Reclaimer AmuLIT. We are making a couple of changes because of the omnipresence of blue control decks in the current modern format. I'm going to be testing out Hydroid Crisis and bringing back Emrakul the Promised Land. We're going to see how those work out. Hopefully they do. It was a record Lex League, we went 3-2. Started 3-0, lost the last two. Green and red strategies will continue to be oppressed by that card as long as it's legal. I think I keep this hand. It's weird, but I think that that's how good I think this combination is. Now the question is, do I want to bring pool on one? Opponent moves to 4. Eldrazi Temple. Reclaim for T-West, exactly. If a card has action from blue, can it still be gusted on the stack? Yes. If it's uncounterable, it can be gusted. Basically, gust gets around literally everything. Please be a Chalice or a Ballista. Yeah. Too late. They should have Chalice on 0, I think. Are there any Twitch card overlay plugins for MTGO? I don't think there are, unfortunately. It would help a lot, honestly. Area West. I guess I should have actually... Nice Chalice. I guess I should run this AmuLIT into the Chalice so I can feed Uro. Yep, I'm getting punished for that. It's probably gonna be just fine. Oh, hello. Alright, Baloth, Force, Tracker, Sage. Got this, got these, got this one. Yeah, sure, let's cut the cover. Like, the cover was actually good there, but I don't think that's gonna be the rule. More like the exception. Now that we have crosses, I probably don't think we probably don't need an obstinate Veloth. Hell yeah. To one breeding pool reclaimer. Let's go. What do you say when you what do you mean when you say that it's not the best card? Like have you seen the amount of work that this card has been doing? Like I've been extremely happy to see it every time it showed up. And it has one I recommend you check out if you didn't see the previous league, I recommend you check it out because like you see, my opponent doesn't just turn one kill. They're like reclaimer. I'm done. Health too strong. It's pretty good. Like we played a match against Gruul where reclaimer just came down and it completely took over the game. Like it wasn't even funny. Like it was just destroyed my opponent. Like oh they just could not beat it. Like a 3-4 is so big. You missed game 2. I went turn 1 reclaimer. My opponent, I guess they missed their second land drop and they conceded. I'm just gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on keeping this hands. Just gonna continue keeping this turn 1 reclaimer hands, and it's gonna continue being great. Because why would it? Why would it be? What's up, Magus? What is that thing? Is that like, is that an emote? It's too tiny, I can't even see what that is. Boat? Like in this kind of matchup, for example, having your 1-drop be so sick that you are actively excited to top deck it in the mid to late game is such a big deal. Well, that's a horrid draw. So we have access to instant speed, but Jugibog here. We're probably gonna go get Ren and 6. Okay. I mean, if they're letting my reclaimer live, I'm just gonna ramp here. So I'm just gonna go get another Flagstones. Are they playing Lurus Jund? Or are they playing something else? Can't tell. To lure the west. So if we draw a Titan, we can cast it. Lol. Titan? Oh, I should have. Oh, that was silly. I should have bounced the Tolera West. I delayed my Titan by a turn now. Liliana? Damn, son. Okay. Why do I keep drawing cards that don't do anything? We're totally gonna get fucking Thoughtseized, aren't we? We're totally gonna get Thoughtseized here. Shit. Azusa plus zombies. Yeah, I was considering Dryad, but maybe Azusa zombies is better. Oh wow, it worked. That's wild. Well, I guess we win. How are they at 11? They have an active Clothes, so they're probably gonna, you know, gain some life and stuff, but... Trophy Terminate. Okay, so they're gonna get infinite Terminates and they're still gonna die to my Zombos. Probably should not be exiling my creatures. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say because of their Scavenging Oozes. I'm not sure how I feel about Clothes as a main deck card in Jund. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Blood Moon lethal. Yeah, okay. If my opponent Blood Moons me here, respect. Scavenging Oozy resolves. They play 2 basic. I think they play 4. I could pact for Dryad, but I think I'm just gonna pack for another Titan. Tolaria Stronghold. So we do have double blue there. I think I'm gonna attack here. They get a 3 block, but whatever. think this really matters. And I guess they could top deck Maelstrom Pulse. Like if they're playing Maelstrom Pulse, that's the only thing that could beat me here. They need to be playing Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse still loses. Honestly, it's possible that Maelstrom Pulse also still loses. Assassin's Trophy? Dread Warrior Zombie, is that the line? Classic. Dread Warrior Zombie. Oh man, like my one drops are legit great. How am I supposed to sideboard now? How am I supposed to sideboard now when I can't just insta-cut all my one drops because my one drops are great? Is this awkward? This is awkward. I really don't know how to approach the sideboarding process here. Playing the one of crazes. Yeah, I'm this desperate to find answers to the Ethergast problem. I just have no idea how to beat that card, so I'm going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. I'm not a fan of this card at all. Susai is pretty good in this matchup, but I think Reclaimer is going to be better. I kind of Susai versus chest. I think that's wrong. I think that Asusa is actually a very, very important card in the matchup. I feel like the few times I've seen the stream, you have tried your best to reinvent the wheel when it comes to this deck. What's your more successful build? I've been actually having some reasonable success with this. The one that I have had the most success with overall has been my current list. That's the one that has, I mean, no, like the list that has given me the most success was when Wild Once Upon a Time was legal, right? Like that was the best AmuLIT has been probably ever. And then after that card got banned, that's when things started to become a little bit more rough, and that's when I needed to start, you know, digging a little bit deeper, and that's when Karn kind of came back and stuff like that. But Summer Bloom was a card. Yeah, Summer Bloom was a card, but I think that. Let's see if they minus on me. I just don't understand. I literally do not understand why people do this. It's just, it's ridiculous. I really don't understand. Do people just have... Maybe people just don't have like common sense or the capacity to like think logically and to process decisions. Like, you literally made your Tarmogoyf smaller. Like, you made yourself a disservice by activating. And they keep doing it! What is going on? Why do people do this? Why do people continuously do this? It's so crazy. Think about it, opponent. Think about it. Like, stop. Stop for a second and say, okay, what am I trying to achieve here? Yeah, exactly. Targeting themselves is much better for them. But like, they could have had, right now, a Tarmogoyf would be 5/6. Right? Because they had enchantment, creature, sorcery, instant, and now it's a 3/4. Because of what they did. And they keep going. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind because it's, I mean, it seems so logical to me, right? It's like, what is the, where am I getting value from this card? Oh, by this card being in play. Okay, so maybe I want to maximize the chances of this card remaining in play. How do I do that? Well, just not minus. And you also get the added benefit of your Tarmogoyfs being larger. But and they keep going. It's insane. It is absolutely ridiculous. Three decided they might mill you out of all your Wincons. So, where the thing is that they don't need to mill me out of all my Wincons, right? By this card being in play, they are making a bunch of my draw steps a lot worse, right? And that is my point. It's just like, just by this card being here, they are winning the game. This is the card that's making it so they're winning, right? So because of that, you probably want to make sure that this card remains in play. Oh, that was a mistake, by the way. No, I guess it wasn't, because like my opponent wasted a Fatal Potion on a zombie. Also, I missequence here. Yeah, this was a pretty bad mistake. I missequence here. Didn't get punished, but that was a pretty tough missequence there. Would it have been better to play a Dryad to haste the zombie? Yeah, maybe it was better. Okay, so my opponent is playing Cheese Jund. Wait, why did I concede? I'm still very much in this game. I don't know. I'm just tilted. I am just tilted. Ignore me, chat. Ignore me. Is it crazy that maybe they're not playing Liliana, so I should... Put his 5-head activating action for a tilt value. Oh, the tilt factor. How could I forget about the tilt factor? Of course. Good old tilt factor. Alright. A full top deck. Please step out for a Ren or something like that. That would be awesome. Tapping Sphere. Sounds good. Opponent sounds good. So they need to discard either my... They need to discard my Titan or they need to answer my Dryad, otherwise they get Titan next turn. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh wow. Modern is a wild place, folks. Modern is a really wild place. So I'm going to actually go fetch Temple Garden and I'm gonna play this for 3. Because the only card that matters here is Ashiok. Fulminator, any of that nonsense doesn't matter. Liliana also doesn't matter. Doomblade. What year is it? That's Isn't there a strictly better Doomblade? Isn't there a strictly better Doomblade? The one that was printed in Ikoria? There are a lot of strictly better Doomblades, yeah. Cool deck, opponent, cool deck. I could get double field, but I think it's better for us to like develop our meta a little bit. And I think I might want to bounce a bounce land here. Yeah, it's bounce land. And I'm gonna hold this to play around Liliana and stuff. And then we can transmute this if we have to. If nothing, opponent has turned out respect. I mean, you have to respect somebody that's playing actual factual Doomblade. Oh, they also pushed my zombie token. Makes sense. Even Eliminate is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there are multiple better cards. Like, that one is strictly better than Blade. They all have downsides. Not this one. I mean, the mana cost, but is the mana cost really an actual downside? I don't think so. Field of the Dead. Today has been a wild ride, chat. Today has been a pretty wild ride. Another Terminate. You got it. Do we have enough to Titan next turn? 3, Transmute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we don't. We're 1 mana short. I think they're just dying to Zombos anyway. Inquisition resolves. They can't cast Maelstrom Pulse. That's really funny. That is really, really funny. Alright, 2-0. Wow. I'm not over it. I am not over it. There we go. Sometimes you just have to slow down and make your Twitter post, you know. I'm surprised they're not secretly absent. I was still hoping for the Rhino. That would have been something. That would have been something. Oh, Rhino. Oh, Siege Rhino. Sneep. Look at this hand. The perfect hand. Oh, this is a Crossroads. I thought this was a Flagstones. Whoops. I mean, it's still a keep. But it is not a lot, but it is worse than the hand that I thought I was keeping. I mean, that doesn't really change anything, right? I'm just gonna go turn 1 Reclaimer. Literally as before sacking it. Yeah, I mean, I was going to realize when it entered tapped and it gained me 2 life, right? That's when I was probably gonna be able to figure out, but still. Well, hopefully we're not facing turn 2 Stoneforge, because that would be problematic to say the least. That's cool that it tells you how many lands are in your yard. Yeah, in case you were really struggling to see this area over here. The wrong opt art. You thinking on bringing up Knight of Autumn? No, I don't think Knight of Autumn is playable in an Amulet shell. Yo, Adam, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome everybody from Adam's stream. We're playing some Magic the Gathering over here. Playing some Modern. What were you up to today? Thank you for that. Oh, Leve, ¿cómo andás, papá? ¿Todo bien? ¿Venís a educarte en el arte del Modern? Parece muy bien. Kind of want to play this guy for 30. So I'm purposely trying to show my opponent this so they field me here. Probably not gonna, but that's okay. So I imagine they're gonna sword here on end step. And I think I'm gonna be discarding these Summon Respect. This card is really, really good against us. Todo que me deje escribir. Sí, sí, sí. Te pide que te hagas. Está como para followers. Para que no me anden spameando. Well, so this is going to be 3/4 this turn. So that's cool. And if they field me even more. I'm going to be chilling here. They can't activate Field of Ruin, which is nice. So they're probably gonna Cryptic. Wusa, thank you for the host. Welcome everybody from Wusa stream. We're playing some Reclaimer Amulet here. Having some fun. Yeah. So we're gonna sack Flagstones. They only have 3 cards remaining in hand. I think I'm gonna get Cavern? Cavern on Giant. That resolves. Not sure how I love this combo that my opponent's got going on here, but what am I gonna sack? This one. I'm gonna Vesuva, copy my Cavern, name Giant. And now the field doesn't do anything. Oh no! We drew our basic, so if they field my Simic, we're fucked. That's so unlucky. Oh, that's so unlucky. Like, we were perfectly fine, but we just... Oh no! That's... Oh my god, we naturally drew a basic forest. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Huh, interesting that they know that this is Strip Mine, yet they're not doing anything about it. Like, they could have activated Reclaimer this turn to go get another field and keep on Strip Mining me. Maybe they just don't know that this puts the land into play tapped. Oh no, they could just do the same next turn. What am I even saying here? Yeah, we're just fucked. We are just fucked. Do we have any outs? We can protect the Cavern, but that doesn't really do anything for us. Well, I think I'm just going to Explosives on 1 to blow this guy up. Man, that's brutal. It's so gross. This is really bad. We got really unlucky this game. Is this a Cryptic? Okay. Do you currently have a no-nonsense list for this meta? I don't think that the no-nonsense lists are very good. That's the problem. Yeah, that's what I was thinking they were going to do last turn. Alright, I'm just going to concede here. That's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. Alright, so Path to Exile, Negate, Crassus, Force of Vigor, Sage, Tracker. Just getting destroyed by blue decks. I just cannot beat Aether Gust, man. Pretty brutal. Let's see if Crisis doesn't work. Let's see if Crisis doesn't work. I have faith. Why cut one Titan? Because the way that I lose to these decks is when they... It's because of Ashiok, and Titan is not very good against Ashiok. Just the same card, the same hand as before, but worse. Shit. What's up, House of Mana? Yeah, I just don't want to be Titan flooded, and I don't want to be... Oh, I also should have led onto Lair West. That was a mistake. Gotta focus. Even before ceremonious rejection? No, okay. Yeah, the multi-5 is gonna cost us this game. Multi-5 is gonna cost us. We can draw Semi-Growth Chamber, that's probably your best draw. Just gonna pass the turn. No need to play into my opponent's counter magic and stuff, so land please. I guess I should have been more specific, huh? Okay, so now I'm gonna play into it. Because now if I don't do anything, they just draw 2 with Archmage's Charm, they start pulling ahead, so just throwing that Dryad under the bus in order to deny them mana a little bit. Somehow winning with battlements in my deck. Nice. If that works for you, my friend, there's no reason for you not to play it. The fact that I don't like the card because I think that another card is better does not mean that some card might not be working out for you, right? How much winning did Punt with Lotus Bloom, right? If they have Charm and they can start pulling ahead, that's just terrible for us. But can we with a ham sandwich? Yep, that's true. Not saying no. Yep. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. But as you can see, I just don't have cards, right? Like the story of this game is basically that I multi-5, and my opponent is able to like draw cards and pull ahead because they kept 7. And I am not, right? I'm just not able to do anything. I cannot pressure my opponent by playing cards. And now they have Stoneforge Mystic, they're gonna have the sword, and that's gonna be one more card that's getting taken from my hand. If they have anything, I'm just probably just gonna concede. Like it's not. Yeah, I'm not. It doesn't really make sense to keep playing this game. Like they either gust my Titan, then they put it back on top with a Mystic Sanctuary, they either gust it again. Like, we're not going anywhere in that game. Which is the problem with the card in the first place. And why I am almost just giving up. Like I don't think that there's any way that we can realistically beat that card. I think that Reclaimer is closer. I think that Reclaimer is closer because Reclaimer at least allows us to trade ahead on mana. If your opponent is using Aether Gust to gust a Reclaimer, that means that they are using 2 mana to gust your 1 mana card. So at least we get to trade a little bit on tempo, and maybe we manage to sneak in and get a little bit more value in the meantime, thanks to like Flagstones or the Reclaimer activation, that kind of stuff. But like in the mid to late game, like when your opponent just has 1 Aether Gust and a fetch land, like there's just no way that you can win anymore. Sure. Interesting hand. Very interesting hand. So of course I'm going to be looking for more lands, right? Like that's the only thing that this had. More blue decks. More blue decks. It's the 3rd time we're playing against this deck. Well, the good thing is apparently I'm a Luxac, so this is Badger was playing today with 4 main deck Gust. I was scared to join the queue. Jeez, that's something. Alright, so we got lucky here and we get to not draw our opponent. So it's not looking like this game is gonna be... I mean, honestly, it could actually be pretty close. They don't have Force. Alright, so Blue-White Stoneforge again. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Got one of these, one of these. I think that Reclaimer is just, we just have to play the card. It seems like it's blue-white. So because it's blue-white, yeah, let's do this. I was thinking that because it's blue-white, we should kind of like not worry too much about the pass, but I just don't think that's true. I guess I lead on Valakut. It exposes the Valakut to a field, and it also means that I need to take a shock, but oh, never mind. That changes things. expecting a force here. We did get it fairy. Just not the worst. Oof, brutal. So I think I'm gonna just jam Dryad here. Because of the time walk potential, basically. Because like if my opponent uses mana to counter Dryad now, that means that they don't use mana to get the Stoneforge going. Here's my Reclaimer, holding a Path to Exile. Probably gonna activate Stoneforge here. There goes the sword. Path on the Dryad. Hoping that that works. It doesn't. So I think I'm going to be discarding this Valakut, which sucks. But I have to blow up the sword, otherwise I just lose. My opponent has 4 mana. Foo. Last card in hand, Cryptic Command. I'm ready. My body's ready, chat, for this Cryptic Command. No! Alright. So if they attack, I'm cracking explosives. And I block with Reclaimer, because whatever. If they don't attack, okay, they do attack. Which is probably correct for them, because otherwise I just get a Reclaimer activation for free, so. We're out of Valakut, okay, so Valakut is not going to be a win condition for us this game. Which is pretty rough. Shark. Yep. Snapcaster. I think I actually read this resolve. Yep. Sweet. Field of Ruin. The fairies. Okay. Bounce their own Stoneforge. Okay. Okay, so their card in hand is Butterskull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I Then we just get flagstones. Oh, I should have sacked the Temple Garden. Whoops. Honestly, that's kind of a big punt. Keep this one. Yes. Get Temple Garden. White, red, haste, attack the fairy. Winning this game without Valak is pretty tough. So last card in hand is Batter Skull. So if we top the Titan, we're gonna win. Emrakul also does it. We actually have a lot of good draws here. Titan? Shit. The good thing is they're playing Blue-White instead of playing Bant, so we don't have to worry about something stupid like Aurora or that kind of stuff. But like this game would be very, very easy if we had not been forced to discard the Valakut earlier in the game, or if we were able to draw anything of relevance right here, which seems like we're not able to. I mean, we're still one Titan away from winning, right? One Titan, we one what's his name? One Titan, one of the other guys, the what's his name? That place, I guess. Can't actually afford to pay life there. Udo, prime time. Well, if they have mana leak, we die. Of course they have mana leak. Of course. Yeah, but like there's like a million things that we die to otherwise. So like we just had to jam there, because we would have died to Cryptid, we'd have died to all sorts of nonsense. So. Maybe I should just cut the negate. I'm actually gonna cut the negate. Well, no, didn't get to. Sure. Our land base right here is an absolute disaster, but fuck. Maybe we can figure out a way to navigate this game. Battered Skull. So that has to mean that they already have access to. Ooh, okay. You're gonna play August Mana Trader Series since its legacy? I don't know. Like those, I don't have a Mana Traders thing, so I think that the EV of that event is just it's too much time for kind of not really any payoff. So I probably won't. If opponent wants to field my Sanctuary, that's fine. Sure. Okay. That's interesting. There's this word. Not surprising. Put the card on the bottom. So if I path here, give my opponent one more land, but then I get to sack this. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we just get a castle. So that's fine. Just find castle off of this reclaimer. Teleria West, and I think I want to get some zombies, so I'm going to get. How's grass has been so far? Any chance that could be an answer to Gust? I don't know. This is my first. This is the first time that I'm gonna be given a chance to cast it, basically. I think if they equip an attack, I take it. I guess it depends on what they do. Well, and now I'm gonna force. If they have a mana leak or something like that, we get fucked, but that's fine. We still have the Temple Garden to be discarding, so... Jellyfish Hydra Beast. Hell yeah. Alright. So that resolves, and that means that the Field of Ruin is going to be tapped this turn. So this is nice. This is pretty nice. Yep. There we go. We beat the SharkBlade deck! We beat the blue deck! We beat the blue deck, chat! We beat the blue deck. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is the classic story of the underdog, you know? It's just like receiving all the punches, but in the end you have like the slow-mo punch. All face completely covered in blood, and then you have like this slow-mo punch. And then you see the big guy falling. Exactly. That's some real stuff there. The Nikipa. Sure, this is an interesting curve. It's not like a great curve by any means, but playing against Ponza, well, I guess nothing that we do really matters. I guess I'm going to play a Reclaimer here, because if my opponent does spend their turn to Blood Moon me, we can still like play Castle and sack it and get a basic forest anyway, so they cannot both Moon me and also answer my Reclaimer. And if they answer my Reclaimer, I can just play Vesuva, copying their forest. Clothis. Oof. Okay. That's pretty good. Got a nice little Clothis Whiffsky here. They might be considering killing my Reclaimer here on upkeep. To get a Clothis trigger, but they didn't. Which is okay. I can work with this. To be honest, Reclaimer has it has looked really good in this matchup specifically. It has looked very good in this matchup. Could get a fetch to Udo. I could get a Tolaria West. I could also get another Flagstones. The problem with getting a Flagstones is if my opponent kills the Reclaimer on my end step here, that might be a problem. I guess I'm going for flagstones. Sweet, it worked. Okay. Now what? It's not a good draw. I mean, I guess I could go squatter them. If I draw a Titan, I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I think that we should actually just go squatter them here. I guess that if they do have Glorybringer mana, this Glothis does give them Glorybringer mana, which is a problem. If they have a land, obviously. Which is, seems like they might not have a land. Opponent? Chandra. Torch of Defiance. Okay. I'm gonna hope that this works. Titan? Let's go, Titan. Not a Titan. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna bounce my Tolera West to protect it. They might have Glorybringer or something, but if they have Glorybringer, then we actually cannot do this anyway, so. Alright, Udo's gone. They added mana. Bad sign for us. Oh, they added mana. Yep. Fuck. Titan? 2, 3, 4. So we cannot haste, but we can field plus basic. can make some samples. We're protected from Blood Moon. They could have Blood Moon into Pillage, but can't beat that. Okay, they're making mana, which is probably the scariest possible thing. Yeah, they're making a lot of mana. Shh. Okay. Opponent Y. Opponent Y. Opponent. Why? Opponent. Like this. Like this. We like this. And we like this. Now, do we like... Do we like Crassus, Field, or Emrakul? Opponent pound count 1. Yep. What did they do? I had only 2 basics, and my opponent pillaged my semi-growth chamber instead of my basic, and then slammed the Blood Moon. My favorite thing is like how quickly they did it, right? Like they knew they had it, but they just, for whatever reason, clicked on the wrong one. Snap keeping this. Okay. My opponent has learned to respect the Reclaimer. Yeah, Reclaimer plus Flagstones is just the nuts. No, I just have to save it for the... I have to save it for the Blood Moon. Yes, we're going to, of course, get Magist instead of Blood Moon here, and I would have been able to stop it if I had forced this, but... It's totally gonna happen, but it's still correct for me to do this. Donnie, how's it going? Well, with them missing land drops, I think I'm actually going to... Now that we know that they're missing land drops, I'm gonna do this. Nice. The little elf that could. Reclaimer is doing. Yeah, it's been doing a lot of work for me. It's been doing a lot of work. So Pact for Sage, blow this up. Pact for Sage, blow this up. We have 1, 2, 3 mana. We Reclaimer 2 mana, sack Flagstones. We get. No, we're 1 mana short of casting Uro. I guess we do die to a boil or a choke. We do not die to another Blood Moon, which is nice. So if they got boil or choke here, we're pretty screwed, but barring that, we should be fine. Another Blood Moon. So we sack this one. Yes. Get another basic forest. One, 2, 3, 4. Also, I just realized I made a mistake there. I should have gotten Vesuva to copy my opponent's basic. So they're gonna be eating the Uro next turn. Fuck. Some not good draws. These are not good draws. So not good draws. They should take this damage. I guess unless they want the 1/1s, but if they don't care for the 1/1s, they should have taken that damage. Because if they take that damage, they still gain 2 more on the next turn, and they also get to... They are really close to actually making Colossus into a creature. Unless they have another Season Pyro, which is probably going to be a game over for us. I mean, we had a shot at winning this game, but we had to have found a Primeval Titan in the last couple of turns. Domitrudo, what's the background noise? Fish tank? It is my AC. I live in Los Angeles and it's pretty hot right here. So if I don't have an AC going, I die. Engineered explosives is the top deck here. Explosives. Just more blanks. Oh, I also didn't activate. That was a mistake. It's not like I can attack anyway, because they can just eat stuff. So I'm just gonna pack it in. Like my opponent has successfully turned the corner. Like they're getting out of hand. And at this point, if I double the game Primeval Titan next turn, it's still not enough to kill their Colossus plus Scavenging Ooze. So should I have Crassus? With my opponent keeping Scavenging Ooze, I don't think I want to have access to Wood. Like, I think I'd rather have access to Crassus. Emrakul seems like wishful thinking, though. How to be an adult? Have you ever to cast Crassus yet? No, we have not. We would have been able to cast it on one match, but then we won with a Titan instead. This is not a keepable hand. This is probably not a keepable hand either, but I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to YOLO. So my goal here is that I get to AmuLIT on 1, I get to path my opponent's Arbor Elf on their upkeeps, so I can deny them the mana, and I top deck a Bounce Land, which makes it so I can actually cast a Titan before my opponent gets to Blood Moon me. So this is a YOLO keep. This is a YOLO keep. I'm basically banking on the fact that there's a Blood Moon on top of my deck. Because there's a Bounce Land on top of my deck. Because if my opponent manages to Blood Moon me, we just don't have any outs. Like, we actually cannot win this game. So it's a bad matchup, and I'm just giving myself what I think is the best chance at winning this game. But that's a horrible path to exile, right? I could be saving that for a Magus, and I'm still wasting it on an Arbor Elf. But if I draw Bounce Land, I win the game. So I think that is correct for me to take this risk, because the upside is just so high. Nature's Claim? There's no way they have Nature's Claim. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here. Alright, Bounce Land, or we lose to Blood Moon. And we lose to Blood Moon. I think it was a risk worth taking. I think it was definitely a risk worth taking. It didn't pay off, definitely. Especially with my opponent having answer to they're gonna bolt this Reclaimer on end step, so. Cheek yourself to find the basic. No, that's probably not the winning line right there. Play to win, not to not lose. Yeah, I mean that was kind of the plan, right? Like, I'm losing otherwise. Like, if they manage to Blood Moon me, we are losing. Like, regardless of what it is. The slow rolled Blood Moon. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is. So as you can see, my statement was correct, right? Like I gave myself the best chance at winning this game by taking the line that I took. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, but I gave myself the best chance at winning this game. At this point, that's a waste of a village, by the way. At that point, they should have, like, the only way that I can win is by cheesing them out. So I need to draw Force of Vigor. I need to draw Force of Vigor into Bounce Land. I mean, at least they don't have a clock. Well, that's a clock. They didn't have a clock. Now they do. Well, Primeval Titan number 3. Not gonna cut it. They should have plus the Chandra first. I mean, at this point, like, my opponent doesn't need to play perfectly. They just need to, like, activate their card's abilities. Like, how they sequence it, it just doesn't matter. Like, we just cannot win. They have successfully locked us out. Force of Vigor. Okay. That needed to be Force of Vigor, and then I needed to top deck exactly about it. I think my keep was correct. I stand by my keep. I think it gave me the best chance of winning that game because my opponent keeping 7 on the draw in such a good matchup for them, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to have a way to win. And the fact that we did have double green mana means that basically everything, like any bounce land, would have gotten me there. So we had 8 possible draw steps that actually win us the game. So I think the odds were not great. Like, what is it? Like 53, right? 51, sorry. No, we moved once, so it was 52. So 8 out of 52. So like the odds are not great. Not even, it was like 20% or something. But it is the difference of like actually winning the game in a really bad matchup as opposed to struggling to win a matchup that is just miserable for us. Blood Moon getting a banned mask make AmuLIT kind of tough. Yeah, we did beat AmuLIT. We did beat Blood Moon already earlier today. We did beat the Gruul deck once. I think that this card is pretty solid. This makes beating Blood Moon a lot more likely. Anyway, hope you like it. I will be... Maybe we have time to play a third league today. Maybe. So make sure you hit that follow button and that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.